Guys, today I made a pepperoni and cheese sourdough. Yesterday I made a macaroni and cheese sourdough. You guys will have to go and find that. Today I'm thinking pizza, all right? So before you start making sourdough, get yourself a scale and a big bowl. I just fed Danny DeVito and it's been about an hour and he has doubled in size. Look at him. Oh, we're going in with 250 grams. Yesterday, somebody asked me for my sourdough starter, a little bit of it, so she can make some bread, and I just invited her over. So I really want to make a loaf for her. So before she gets here, we need to get this started. Instead of one big giant loaf, though, I am going to try to make two smaller loaves. So I can have a loaf and she can have a loaf. Now to our sourdough starter, we need 750 grams of warm water. Wait, zero out the scale. Oh, that was close. 750 grams. All right, it says 757, but who's counting? Giving a risk. Now, my biggest regret yesterday was not seasoning my macaroni and cheese bread, all right? The seasoning queen didn't season that sourdough loaf. It was good. It was just missing a whole lot of seasonings. Now, normally we need 20 grams of salt right here, but I'm thinking I'm gonna load this up with seasonings instead, and most of the seasonings all have salt, a lot of salt. So if I add 20 grams of this and this, we're gonna have too salty a bread. So we're switching it up this time and I sure hope it works, all right? We're going in with the Tavern Burger by Kinder's and that's because it has garlic and cheddar. Cheddar, garlic, pizza, it works for me, all right? I do have my scale zeroed out though and I do wanna make sure that I don't make it too salty, all right? So I'm just gonna start adding some seasonings. Okay, that grew really fast. Okay, that's already 15 grams of just the Tavern Burger. I have the garlic Parmesan. Again, perfect for pizza. Now we're at 30 grams. And I have the basil Parmesan. Oh, it smells so good. All right, so instead of the salt, I added seasoning and that was 40 grams. And we're not done. It's pizza. We need Italian, right? 50 right on the dot. We have 50 grams of seasoning salt, okay? Now I can imagine the sourdough queens are having strokes right now and I apologize for that, but this is just Brooke's way and Brooke doesn't like following rules, okay? I also used all my all-purpose flour on the mac and cheese loaf, so we're going in with bread flour and we need 1,000 grams of zeroed out the scale. Kind of the best part about being a content creator, just having fun, all right? Switching things up, making it your own, creating things. It's so fun. If y'all could even understand what my day consists of, not only creating recipes, thinking about recipes, I go to bed dreaming of recipes. I spend all day consumed by food. What am I gonna make next? Like I lay in bed till 4 o'clock in the morning trying to figure out what the next day is gonna look like. Finally, we got 1,000 grams. Just gonna give it a mix. We got a shaggy mess just going with my hands. Just going to try to incorporate all of that flour. Make sure it's all incorporated. Just like that. Now I'm gonna cover it and put it somewhere warm for 1 hour. It has been 1 hour and now we need to start doing a set of stretch and folds. This is how the dough looks. I also put it on one of these little heat packs to speed it up. Now, before I start my stretch and folds, I want to add some pepperoni and cheese because I'm making a pizza sourdough this time. So I have gone ahead and just cut up some Roma pepperoni. That's the brand. Any pepperoni will be fine here. I'm just adding the pepperoni pieces and now I'm just going to add some cheese and any cheese is fine. This is just a 3 cheese, cheddar, pizza mozzarella, and Parmesan. I've just got my hands a little wet and now we need to do the stretch and fold. So we're gonna pull up, give it a shake and pull over. Pull up and over. And do this all the way around. The more stretch and folds that we do, the easier the dough will become to work with. It'll start getting some structure to it. So all the way around. Just like that. Now we're gonna cover it and we're gonna come back in 30 minutes. All right, it's been half an hour. We're gonna repeat the same thing. We're adding some pepperoni and some more cheese. Got my hands a little wet. And again, reaching into the bowl. Now, every time I do this, this dough will become less and less sticky. And I'm gonna do this 2 more times off camera. So in 30 minutes, I'm gonna come back, I'm gonna add pepperoni, cheese, do a set of stretch and folds. 30 minutes again, I'm gonna do pepperoni and cheese and another set of stretch and folds. I will come back in 1 hour after I've done the next 2 sets of stretch and folds. So this is my last set of stretch and folds. I have done 4 in total, and each time added pepperoni and cheese. And this time I was a little bit paranoid that I didn't add enough seasoning at the beginning. So I just added some extra seasoning on top of my pepperoni and my cheese. And I went in with the Tavern Burger and the garlic Parmesan. And again, this is our last set of stretch and folds. Incorporate all that seasoning, pepperoni, all inside here. All the way around. So I only did 1 set of stretch and folds, not on camera with you guys. Now all we have to do is cover this, place it somewhere warm. I just use like a hot pack underneath of it, and we need to let it sit on the counter really as long as we can. I have to head to work. So yesterday when I made it, I think it sat for about 6 or 7 hours. 6, 7. Probably what it's gonna get again today. So we're just gonna cover it and let it sit. It's only been about 5 hours, but my friend is on the way over and I really want to make this bread for her. So I'm going to dump it out right now and hope it works. Now, yesterday I made 1 giant loaf, but we're going to turn this into 2. You don't have to like weigh it or anything, just a rough chop here. Just taking each piece here, I'm just going to stretch it into a little rectangle. It's going to add some extra cheese. I think we're good on the pepperoni. All right, now I'm just going to roll it up. Gonna shape it into a nice circle. Just gonna move them to a piece of parchment paper. I have gone ahead, I'm gonna cook these in my Dutch oven again like I did yesterday, just a smaller Dutch oven this time. I've gone ahead and preheated my oven to 450 degrees, and I've thrown the Dutch oven in to preheat and get nice and hot for about 15 to 20 minutes. To do this method, this is extremely hot when it comes out of the oven there. Be extremely careful, okay? That preheated for about 20 minutes. These loaves just sat on the parchment paper for about 30 minutes. I really hope they rise. I would have liked to let them sit and proof a little longer, but I just didn't have time. Going in with some more cheese. Throwing the lid on and popping it into the oven at 450 degrees. Now, I don't have a second Dutch oven, so I'm just gonna use this pot. I have no idea if it's oven safe for that high of temp, but we're gonna find out. And then this will show if it works, you don't need a Dutch oven. All right, the second one going in. I'm gonna do the same thing. Cover it with cheese, and I'm gonna put tin foil on it because I don't have another lid. All right, this one was in the Dutch oven and this one wasn't. They baked at 450 degrees for 30 minutes with the lid on. I removed the lid and continued baking for about 15 minutes. Now you always want to let your bread fully cool. These have been resting for about 30 minutes and they're still really hot, but I don't care, I'm going to cut it open anyway. I don't think it's supposed to weigh it. Down there? It's okay, it's just bread. No. I feel like we're going to National Lampoon it again. Smells like pizza. Are you guys ready for this? I don't think you are. Oh my goodness. It's perfect. So this is the non-Dutch oven one, which proves you guys that you can make it without a Dutch oven. I know a lot of people don't have one. And you guys, it's perfect. It's perfect.